But it has always been a girlish dream of mine to love someone whose name is Earnest. There is something in that name that seems to inspire absolute confidence.
Cecily, do you mean to say you cannot love me about some other name? For instance, Algernon.
But I don't like the name of Algernon.
Cecily, your rector here, I suppose, is thoroughly experienced in all practices of church.
Oh yes, Dr. Chasuble is a most learned man.
Well, I must see my most important christening. I mean, our most important business. Time.
What an impetuous boy he is.
Miss Fairfax has just come to see Mr. Worthing.
Is Mr. Worthing in his library?
No, not from the direction of the rectory some time ago.
Right. Ask the lady to come here. Mr. Ernest Worthing is sure to be back soon, and you can bring tea.
Yes, miss.
Miss Fairfax. I suppose one of the many good elderly women associated with Uncle Jack in his philanthropic work in London. I don't quite like women who are interested in philanthropic work. I think it is so forward of them.
Miss Fairfax.
Right. Allow me to introduce myself to you. My name is Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew, what a very sweet name. Something tells me we are going to be great friends. My first impressions of people are never wrong. I may call you Cecily, may I not?
With pleasure.
And you will always call me Gwendolyn, won't you?
If you wish.
You are here on a short visit, I suppose.
Oh, no, I live here.
Indeed?
My guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh! It is very strange he never mentioned to me that he had a ward. I'm very fond of you, Cecily. I've liked you ever since I met you. But I must state that now that I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I cannot help but express a wish that you are, well, a little older than you seem to be and not quite so alluring in appearance. Earnest is a strong, upright nature.
I beg your pardon. Did you say Ernest?
Yes.
But it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It's his brother, his elder brother.
Cecily, you've lifted a load from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. Of course, you're quite sure it's not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I am going to be his.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
I feel there's some slight error, Cecily. Ernest is engaged to me.
I am afraid there must be some slight misconception. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
That is certainly very curious, for he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you care to verify the incident, pray do so. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. I am so sorry, Cecily, but I'm afraid I have the prior claim.
It would distress me more than you can believe if it were to cause you any mental or physical anguish, but it seems clear to me that since Ernest has proposed to you, he has clearly changed his mind.
If the poor fellow has been entrapped into any foolish promise, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him at once, and with a firm hand.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrapped Ernest into an engagement? How dare you? On an occasion like this, it is no time for the shallow mask of manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
I'm glad to say I have never seen a spade. It is obvious that our social spheres have been widely different.
Shall I lay tea here as usual, miss?
Yes, as usual.
Quite a well-kept garden is this, Miss Cardew.
So glad you like it, Miss Fairfax.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, flowers are as common here, Miss Fairfax, as people are in London. May I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Yes, thank you.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar's not fashionable anymore.
Cake? Or bread in butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen at the best houses nowadays.
And that to Miss Fairfax?
You have filled my tea with lumps of sugar, and though I asked most distinctly for bread and butter, you have given me cake. I am known for the gentleness of my disposition, Miss Cardew, But I warn you, you may go too far.
Save my poor innocent trusting boy from the machinations of any other girl. There are no links to which I would not go.
From the moment I saw you, I distrusted you. My first impressions of people are invariably right.
I'm afraid I may be trespassing on your valuable time, Miss Fairfax. No doubt you have many other calls of a similar character to make in the neighborhood.
Ernest, my own Ernest. A moment. May I ask if you're engaged to this young lady?
Dear little Cecily, of course not. We're going to put such an idea in your pretty little head.
Thank you, you may. I knew there must be some misconception, Miss Fairfax. The gentleman whose arms at present round your waist is my guardian, Mr. John Worthing.
I beg your pardon?
This is Uncle Jack.
Jack!
Here is Ernest. A moment, Ernest. Are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
What? No, good heavens, Gwendolyn, of course not.
Yes, to Gwendolyn.
What could put such an idea in a good little head?
You may.
I feel there's some slight error, Cecily. The gentleman whose arms at present round your waist is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief. Oh, a gross deception has been practiced on both of us.
My poor wounded Cecily! My sweet old Gwendolyn, you will call me sister, will you not? Mr. Worthing, there's just one question I'd like to be permitted to put you. Where is your brother, Ernest? You're both engaged to be married to Ernest, so it is a matter of some importance to know where Ernest is at present.
Gwendolyn, Cecily, it is very painful for me to speak the truth, but I will tell you quite frankly, I have no brother Ernest.
No brother at all.
None.
Did you any brother of any kind?
Never, not even of any kind.
I'm afraid it's quite clear, Cecily, that neither of us is engaged to be married to anyone.
This is not a pleasant position for a young girl to find herself in, is it?
Let us go into the house. They were hardly my chapters in there.
No, men are so cowardly, aren't they?
This ghastly state is what you call bunburying, I suppose?
Yes, and what a wonderful, perfect Bunbury has been.
How can you sit there, call me muffins when I'm in horrible trouble? You seem to me to be perfectly heartless.
Well, I can't eat them in an agitated manner. The butter would probably get on my cuffs. One should always eat muffins quite calmly. It is the only way to eat them.
Gee, I wish to goodness you would go.
You can't possibly ask me to go without dinner. I never go without every dinner. No one ever does, except vegetarians and people like that. Besides, I have made arrangements with Dr. Charleston to christen an important sis, under the name of Earnest, of course.
My dear fellow, the sooner you give up that nonsense, the better. I've made arrangements with Dr. Charles Wilde to be christened myself at 5:30, and I naturally will take the name of Earnest. We can't both be christened Ernest. It's absurd. Besides, I have the perfect right to be christened if I like. There is no evidence that I've been christened by anyone. You have already been christened.
Quite so, but I know my constitution can stand it.
The fact they did not follow us at once in the house as anyone else would have done seems to me to show they have some sense of shame left.
They have been eating muffins. That looks like repentance.
They are looking at us. Let us preserve a dignified silence.
Certainly, it's the only thing to do now.
This dignified silence seems to produce an unpleasant effect.
A most distasteful one,
But we will not be the first to speak.
certainly not. Mr. Moncrief, kindly answer me the following question. Why did you pretend to be my guardian's brother?
So I can beat you, dear Cecily.
That certainly seems a satisfactory explanation, does it not?
Yes, dear, if you can believe him. Mr. Worthing, what explanation can you offer me for pretending to have a brother? Was it in order that you might come to town to see me as often as possible?
Can you doubt it, Miss Fairfax?
I have the gravest doubts upon the subject. Their explanations appear to be quite satisfactory.
I am more than content with what Mr. Moncrief has said.
Then you think we should forgive them?
Yes! I mean, no.
True. There are principles at stake that one cannot surrender. Your Christian names are still an insuperable barrier. That is all.
Our Christian names, but we're to be christened this afternoon.
For my sake, you're prepared to this horrible thing?
I am.
To please me, your painted face this fearful ordeal.
I am.
Darling!
Darling.
Lady Bracknell.
Gwendolyn, what does this mean? Merely that I'm engaged to Mr. Worthing, Mama.
Come here, sit down immediately. Apprised, sir, my daughter's sudden flight by her trusty maid, whose confidence I purchased by means of a small coin. I followed her here at once. You clearly understand that all communication between yourself myself and my daughter must cease immediately from this moment. On that point, I am firm.
I am engaged to be married to Gwendolyn, Lady Blackwell.
You are nothing of the kind, sir. And now as regards Algernon. Algernon!
Yes, that's Augusta?
Is it in this house that your invalid friend Mr. Bunbury resides?
Oh, yes. I mean, no. Bunbury is somewhere else at present. In fact, Bunbury's dead.
Dead? How did Mr. Bunbury die?
Oh, Bunbury, he was found out. I mean, the doctors found out he could not live, so Bunbury died.
Well, I'm glad that he made up his mind to some definite course of action at the last and acted under proper medical advice. And now that we've finally got rid of this Mr. Bunbury, Mr. Worthing, who was that young person whose hand my nephew Algernon was holding in what seems to me a peculiarly unnecessary manner?
That lady is Miss Cecily Cardew, my ward.
I am engaged to be married to Cecily, that's Augusta.
I do not know whether there is anything peculiarly exciting in the air in this particular part of Hertfordshire, but the amount of engagements that go on here seem to me considerably above the proper average. I believe some preliminary inquiry on my part would not be out of place. Mr. Worthing, is Miss Cardew at all connected with any of the larger railway stations in London? Until yesterday, I had no idea there were any families or persons whose origin was a terminus.
Miss Cardew is the granddaughter of the late Mr. Thomas Cardew.
That sounds not unsatisfactory.
How extremely kind of you, Lady Blackwell. I have also in possession, you'll be pleased to hear, certificates of Miss Cardew's birth, baptism, whooping cough, registration, vaccination, confirmation, and measles, both the German and English variety.
Life crowded with incident, I see. I myself am not in favor of premature experiences. Gwendolyn, the time draws near for our departure. Mr. Worthing, as a matter of form, does Miss Cardew have any small fortune?
Oh, about £130,000.